Heather here at LARRS, and I have our friend Goldie with me today. She is a Citron cockatoo, so we're going to talk a little bit about cockatoos and kind of the do's and don'ts with a cockatoo, and also why they are not my favorite bird. So if you're interested, stay tuned and definitely remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Cockatoos are not my favorite birds. The reason why is because they can be unpredictable. So I have Goldie on my shoulder right now, which I'm not comfortable with, but I'm doing my best to just ignore that and make her feel comfortable. Goldie is a female Citron cockatoo. These guys are actually from some islands over in Indonesia. They are an endangered species. For the latest counts, from what I found, the latest counts happened in 2012, and there were approximately 560 birds out in the wild. Two reasons why Citron cockatoos are endangered in the wild is because of deforestation, which is what we see with a lot of exotic birds, and the other reason is because of the illegal pet trade. But you're not in danger. When you're working with a cockatoo, you have to stick to a very, very strict training regimen. So as we've talked about in some of our past videos, you don't want to touch the bird anywhere on their body. A lot of people think, cockatoos, they are super cuddly and they just want to spend time with you. And while that's correct, you should not be cuddling your bird. All birds operate on instinct. And so if you're cuddling your bird, if you're touching them on the back, if you're touching them on their wings, anywhere other than their head and feet, the bird is going to develop hormonal behavior. They're going to see you as a mate. And when time comes around for them to go through kind of the hormonal season, they can become very aggressive. They become very frustrated because nature is telling them to do what they need to do, and they're not able to do it because they are paired with a person. So always, always touch your bird on the head or on the feet. This is something that we go through with cockatoos when we're training cockatoos, and we're trying to get them to be at a good point with people. Oh, we got kissy noises out of Goldie. Goldie does this thing where she does this fake out, where she's going to act like she's going to bite you, but she doesn't. She just bonks you on the shoulder, or she bonks you on the nose. Cockatoos are one of those birds that, because they're unpredictable, they will bite you and draw blood and want to cuddle the next second. So I've been bit by a cockatoo. I was actually bit by an umbrella cockatoo. It was a very uncomfortable spot because the cockatoo bit me right here under my armpit. And so very sensitive. So he bit me and he immediately wanted to cuddle and spend time with me. When cockatoos get super excited, they tend to do this wild, boisterous behavior. They puff up themselves, and like with umbrella cockatoos and Moluccans and Citron sulfurs, all kinds of cockatoos, they'll just raise that crest on their head. Fun fact about Citron cockatoos is that you can actually tell if they are a male or female by their eyes, because females have these copper colored eyes and males actually have black eyes. They are one of the very few types of birds that have identifiers that are on the outside. So you might have noticed that Goldie is actually missing a lot of feathers on the front of her, and she's thankfully letting some feathers grow on her back. So since she's been with us, we've seen all of this feather regrowth, everything on her back. Now we're working on the front. And the way that we're doing that, as in our other videos, we're feeding a really good diet of chop, and then we feed pellets as well. And I think she is eyeing up the pellets right now, so I'm just gonna grab her one. A cockatoo's beak is shaped like this. So it's very easy for them to bite and cause a lot of damage. We've actually seen some pretty nasty cockatoo bites, and they will draw blood. They will probably send you to the hospital for stitches. Goldie is not really a big talker. She says hi and hi, baby. Are we gonna fill up that crop? You guys can actually see this really well because Goldie is plucked, so you can see kind of where the crop is. So you can see as she's eating here, this little spot is bubbling up on her. It's getting filled with food. So the crop is like a first stomach for birds, and they have that because they need storage tanks out in the wild so that they can fly for long distances. And she's gonna want another piece of food. Okay, come here. No. I'll get it for you. She's looking at my fish tank right now. So what happens with the crop is the food goes into the crop and then it gets passed down to the stomach gradually as the bird needs it throughout the day. So Goldie will actually fill her crop as full as she possibly can. She's an absolute pig when she's eating, which is totally fine. She's definitely wanting to eat right now. So birds also, this is a really good example that birds use their feet as kind of like extra hands. And so when she wants another one, do you want another one? Oh yeah, okay. Ah, yeah. So when they're eating their food, they actually use their foot to kind of hang on to the rest of their food. So that helps them to be able to eat, because if they were trying to eat with their beaks only, they would spill a lot of food. When we feed Goldie chop, she devours the whole thing. She absolutely loves it. The only thing that we put in this last batch of chop that she does not like is kidney beans. You're a picky lady. Scratch. Would you like another one? Oh, now we're gonna shake the feathers out because you ruffled your feathers up. In the wild, these guys eat lots of seeds and berries and nuts. They kind of forage for everything. And so in captivity, like I've said in other videos, you just have to make sure that you're not feeding them anything that's really high in fat. Seeds are high in fat. They can cause kidney and liver problems because when they're captive, they're not flying for a bunch of miles and they end up gaining weight. If you look up cockatoo species on Google, you are going to find a ridiculous number of species of cockatoo. Most of them are over from Australia, Asia, Indonesia, places like that. These birds are native to those areas. But you have everything from a Major Mitchell's, you have a Moroccan, which I'm going to be doing a video on Moroccan cockatoos and how absolutely crazy they can be. And I'll be introducing you guys to Pinky at that time. Would you like another piece of food? She keeps distracting me because she wants more food. She is like a squirrel right now. She has a ridiculous amount of pellets in her mouth and she is working on eating all of them. Oh. Did you eat breakfast? Was that so good? Oh, there she goes. Oh, now you're saying it in a different voice. Yeah. She does a lot of muttering and it's difficult for me to figure out exactly what she's saying, but it's absolutely hilarious. Yeah? Pretty bird, pretty bird. Oh, nice kissies. Pretty bird baby. He's a pretty bird baby. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions about cockatoos, training birds, taking care of birds at all, please feel free to reach out to us via our Facebook page or by email, and we will get back to you. We are here to help. That's right. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You're going to be doing the rescue a huge favor. I'm going to get Goldie back in her cage and get everybody's water changed. So I hope you guys have a really great day.